want to discuss. I decided to go ahead and just completely dedicate one video of its own to this, and that would be the now infamous entanglement between August Alsina and Jada Pinkett Smith. So let's get into it. All right. By this time, most majority of the world, unless you've been living under the proverbial rock, knows what has transpired. So I'll run through that really quickly. So I guess maybe about a week and a half or so ago, August Alsina dropped the bomb during an interview with Angela Yee that, and according to Tasha K, allegedly August and Angela Yee had a little thing going on, and they were kind of hugged up on that little couch. If y'all watch that pictures from that interview, but anyway, but who can blame her? Because August is blessed. He is very. Who can blame Jada for that matter? So anyway. August was visibly kind of like emotional and like breathing through him revealing that him and Jada had a relationship, him breathing through talking about it still to this day, when apparently this ended maybe a little over a year ago or something like that. But he was like shaking, and he was like, I gave my all, my everything to that relationship, and I can leave this earth right now knowing that I have given my all to something or someone or whatever. So I was just like, whoa, he is like still visibly emotional about the situation. So that then kind of forced Will and Jada to make a public statement about what's going on. How did all that come about? Because, there's always been rumors that they've had an open marriage, but it seems like it's open with provisions, if you ask me, because I think in everybody's mind, an open marriage is like where both parties are just kind of like free to do what they choose with an understanding with their partner. And I don't think that is what Will and Jada have going on per se. Like, because during the interview with Will and Jada, you could still, people, have taken still shots of like their faces and their body language, and Will still look definitely emotional, and even you don't even have to look at his face. Like some of his responses to some of the things Jada said, because she created the infamous, she was like, when August and I got into our entanglement, and Will was like, entanglement, like, no, like, call it what it is. Like, we didn't get up here and have this whole interview and episode of your show to be talking about entanglement. He was like, y'all were in a relationship, and she was like, yes, it was a relationship, but you have so many he was like, because she said it was around a time when they were when they were having problems or something, and he was like, yeah, I was done with your ass. And I was just like, dang, you still saying that with a lot of bass in your voice, Will. Like, hold on, fam. Like, wait a minute, are we there yet? Have we healed? What's going on? I know basically this is open an old wound, because they were mentioning that in the interview as well on the Red Table Talk, that this is something that I guess they kept making it seem like it had so much time had passed since then, and they have both since moved past it. So but I guess August revealing this definitely picked the scab back open, so to speak, for Will, obviously. But Will said kind of a couple of little undercut little jabs at Jada and the situation. But anyhow, and again, there are a lot of opinions floating around. There's a lot of people who have opinions on YouTube like, oh, Jada took advantage of August, because I guess when they initially first met was when he was going through his illness. He has apparently a very rare autoimmune disease. And so, that, they did show, it showed, I've seen the clips of him trying to like walk again, learn to walk again, and things of that nature. So he was really going through it. But yeah, she said that initially she wanted to help him. And, and apparently he's allegedly got some addictions and everything else too. So she was, just, I guess, trying to be a martyr like a lot of Black women do. Always trying to save somebody, always trying to help. We just go into like nurture and care overdrive. And then, of course, it doesn't hurt that August is easy on the eyes and large in size. Okay, we'll just let that be that. You can infer what you will. I'm gonna put a pic up, not a nude pic, but a pic that shows you the circumference and the largesse-ness of the situation he was blessed with. So y'all will understand why folks is getting entangled with old Og, as they so officially call him, Og. Like, okay, y'all. So anyway, but she said that she was in a lot of pain because of what her and Will had decided. Because, on the interview on the Red Table Talk, she was like, we were through. And he was like, yeah, we were, she was like, it was over, da da da. So she was in a lot of pain from that. And so Will asked, like, how did this come about? How did this happen? And she said that she just wanted to feel good because she hadn't felt good in a long time. And, there are people out there saying like, oh, she took advantage of him because he was sick and he's all much younger than her, blah, blah, blah. But to me, if you listen to what Jada said, she said that she was in pain. And then you look at August, all that he's gone through with his family, his health, his alleged addictions, and so on and so forth. He was also in a lot of pain. So to me, this sounds like two people in pain coming together, attracting one another. So they were both in pain. They both wanted to feel good. They both were that like relief or happiness for each other in that moment, in that moment in time. So I don't feel like she took advantage of him. She was weak and in pain. He was weak and in pain. So they found solace with each other. That's how I see it. And yeah, I mean, you just got to look a little bit deeper and listen. Like, nobody was really listening to what Jada was saying when she was discussing, explaining that specific thing. All they know is like, oh, you an older woman, you taking advantage of this young-minded little infant boy, whatever. So yeah, I just feel like that's another perspective y'all should consider. They were both in pain, attracted each other, boom. Now we have recipe for an entanglement, okay? And at the end of that Red Table Talk, I thought it was actually really, like, at first I was shocked because I had a friend send me a clip from the Shade Room where it just showed them, like, Will and Jada laughing, ha 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 ha, talking about bad marriage for life. And I was just like, whoa. But then the clip stopped right there, so I didn't see the whole picture. So that is crazy, that they can, like, laugh at. I mean, it's a good thing that they can laugh about it. Obviously, a part of the big reason of why they're still together and have lasted this long is because they can laugh about things, when they're going through their pain and healing and all of that. But I did, at the end of the video, you can tell the love is still super there, like, on both ends for them. They, like, are in love because Will looked at her, like, even with him sitting here across from the woman he loves, telling her, I mean, listening to, all, these things that they're talking about with her getting into this with August, Will was like, I told you, he was like, what did I tell you on I guess when we first got married? And she was like, on the day we got married or something like that. And she's like, I don't know, what did you tell me? He was like, I told you that I can love you through anything. Like, that was powerful, y'all. Like, powerful. I can love you through anything. Like, that's super deep. Like, there's not many people on this earth that I could say that to, because I feel like there's a lot of things people could do that would cause me to, like, cut them and be done, you know. But then again, you know how you can love people from afar. So I guess I could do that. I'm capable of loving people from afar. Like I'm doing that now to a couple people. I'm so much love from here. But anyway, and she was like, and he asked her, like, did like a little check-in, how am I doing with that? With, you know, love. And she was like, you are doing an amazing job, you know, like da 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 da. Like she just, you know, beaming with all of that. And, you know, so he was like, I'm gonna get you back for that or whatever. And she was like, she was like, no, I don't think it's about like getting anybody back. And he was like, well, it is for me. And then she was like, I feel like you've already gotten me back. Like, I think we're good there. And they had another laugh. And Will's just lucky enough, his indiscretions have not come to the forefront, but I feel like majority of us know. And then too, that was kind of like a little hint there where Jada said, no, I think you've already gotten me back. Like we're good there. Like you're good. So yeah. So that's just was like a general synopsis of the whole situation. So now, even since then, August has released a song called, you guessed it, Entanglements. And I just went straight to the lyrics. You know what I'm saying? I sing and I write songs, so I was like, let me go to these lyrics and just get to the meat of the matter, because I feel like he's definitely I don't know, I'm just thinking like it's kind of strange that, you know, people was like, why now? Why release this information now? And of course with this, you know, it coincides with his album release, and now he has this song called Entanglement that he's written. So he's definitely capitalizing on his pain, which, I mean, hey, if you're gonna be in pain, you might as well get a check for it. Let's be real, let's be honest. Like that's true blue alchemy. So I feel that, but at the same time, you know, it is kind of like a little vein of like, okay, that was kind of like a little snitchy of you. You know, he did say that he apparently alerted them to, you know, before he dropped the interview video, but at the same time, it's just still like, just because you told me, you know, we don't know what happened. Like they probably protested it or was like against it, but then he was just like, well, whatever, I did you the courtesy of letting you know ahead of time. Boom, is dropping the end. Get your house in order. You know what I mean? Like get prepared. So, but it is kind of snitchy because, you know, you have other guys who, you know, just like a male opinion of like, you know, if you got a situation where you can get this, be with this beautiful woman that so many men would love to be with, even though she's married, then you kind of have like a, you know, a obligation to be quiet as the side dude. You know what I'm saying? Just like men expect the side chick to be quiet, you know, and keep all their little secrets and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, that's a whole nother thing. So back to the song. I wanted to break down these lyrics because I feel like these lyrics give us more pieces of the puzzle, more insight into what is going on, and obviously how August currently feels and all of that. So I didn't go through, I'm not going to go through every line of it, but just lines of the song that stood out to me. Here we go. The number ones here, and it's the biggest. I feel like he is referring to his, you know, Eiffel Tower sized manhood. And then he says, I don't know if this part is Ricky Rose or August. I think it's August. I'm just saying it's August, but because Rose is featured on the song, Rick Ross. It says, saddest part is I still love you. He still love her. That's what I'm telling you. Like all that emotion that he had in that interview where he was like shaking and, you know, trying to control his breathing and all this. It just sounded really emotionally charged. And I mean, it's a thin line between love and hate. And I just feel like all of that emotion was springing forth from the well of love, baby. And it says, you left your man to F with me just to pay him back. So, I mean, that's self-explanatory. Like, self-explanatory. Then we have, girl, I know I effed up your hair. And I just threw that in there because, basically he said he was just giving it to her so good. Her hair was not in order. And it says, that ain't my girl, but I got the key to the crib and to your car, to the crib and to her heart. So this could be looked at like a couple ways. Like, okay, obviously, you say you got the key to her heart. So you're basically saying she loves you just as much as you love her. Secondly, you're saying, like, are you literally saying that you had the key to like Will's crib? You still got it, so you can like stroll up through there like anytime you want to like rekindle the flame and reignite the entanglement? I don't know. Something to think about. Then it says she don't want to label Isht to fix it in her life. So basically saying Jada didn't want any labels. Like probably was on some old wooey spiritual stuff. Oh, let's let it be what it is. Blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. And it says we gon' keep it poppin'. And then it says you my little secret. But he's saying this in present tense. Like, that's the most important thing we all need to pay attention to. He didn't say, you were my little secret. I loved how we kept it popping. He was like, we gonna keep it popping, shawty. And you my little secret. So, if you ask me, I feel like the entanglement continues. I really do. The entanglement continues. And there were like some whatever people going around on YouTube saying that they were in a spiritual marriage, and I really don't know what that is. I mean, I can kind of use context clues to infer what that might be, but I don't really know what that is. But I don't know how deep a spiritual marriage goes, But anyhow, I still feel like the entanglement continues, y'all, because he's talking in present tense. He's told us that he still loves her. I mean, I don't know. He may not be currently in communications with her. Like, that's what Jada said, that he cut all communication with her, during the Red Table Talk interview. So, but y'all know how that go. Don't act like y'all not sitting out here, sitting up and ain't blocked somebody that you don't got no business that you ain't got no business being with, and then you unblock them, you reblock them, then you unblock them, and all of that. Like, it's they could just be in a period of unblockedness, but anyway, I just wanted to break those lyrics down. Let me know if you agree. I feel like I found some little code in these lyrics here. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate your time. Do like, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you think down below.